Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go! 6! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Start your day with a jolt of energy and no-holds-barred opinions. This is The Rush, where Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bring you bold, unfiltered, and uncensored takes on sports, life, and everything in between. Buckle up and let's go.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. It's going to be a great weekend. We got Iowa State, South Dakota. We got Iowa, Albany. We got Fry Fest. We got college football last night. We've got number 1 against number 2 tomorrow. What are we going to talk about today? Who knows? You know the rabbit holes we go down. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, thank you so much. Also, you can find us on TuneIn and the Rush Radio Android app. And for you YouTubers out there, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like and start leaving your comments. Live from a dark, dingy hotel room in Iowa City, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Ross Peterson.
I've never been in a darker hotel room in my life.
You know, it was funny because you were like
3 lights.
Turn the light. I go, well, turn your lights on in your room. And you're like, they're
on. They're all on. You thought somebody else was asleep in the room. You're like, what do you have? Like trying to keep the lights off for somebody? No, they're all on.
Are you like being illuminated from your computer screen? Is that
I have my light. I have my ring light on. That's how dark it is in this room.
Damn.
There's 2 lights by the headboard. This one here under the little kitchenette thing. There's 2 lights by the headboard, but they don't really light up the room that much. They'd be behind me. So yeah, I'm doing my best here. Sorry.
It's okay. You know, look at you. You're showered. You look good. You're ready to go. Of course, you're in Iowa City for Fry Fest, right? I mean, you're there for Fry Fest. You're gonna go see all our friends and see all the people for Fry Fest, right? That's why you're there.
I gotta get back and do some real estate today. What are you talking about? I came over for a concert.
You came over for a concert?
Oh, dude, I had a great time last night. It's been a while. It was a fun experience. Saw a band called Goose.
Never heard of them.
Neither had I till last night. You will. They're like they're a jam band. So, you know, they play the 25-minute songs.
Oh, that's not my style.
I know.
That's not me.
I know. Here's what I thought of this last night. Like, because it's very much a type of person that likes that type of music, the jam band thing. Usually potheads, right? But the thing of it is, it's a totally different type of music because I think it's for people with like ADHD, where it's a combination of a long rhythm. You know the same song's going to play for a long time, but there's always weird variations. You don't know what's coming next. It's never the same song twice. So jam bands are kind of like music for people with ADHD.
Okay, now my wife will tell you that I have ADHD, and I'm not a jam band guy because I get bored. I'm like, and that's the ADHD. It's like, okay, can we move on to a new song, please? I need to keep moving along. Was there any weed there last night?
I think I smelled some weed.
Okay. And where was it? Was it like in a bar? Was it at like the little arena over there?
Dude, the Hanker Auditorium. They call it Hanker Auditorium.
Okay.
It's basically along the river. They put a stage along the river. You would love it, Travis. There's a big office type building that overlooks it with a huge mezzanine, so you can go up there and, you know, be away from the fray, if you will. But the audio up there sucked. We got up there and the audio was just bouncing around in there, and it wasn't nearly as good. So yeah, a fun time. And met a few people, met a few listeners. Tried to run into a few more that I was messaging with, but had fun. Hanker. It was really a cool place. Walked about a 20-minute walk from our hotel, right along the river, and a beautiful night. Had a drink at the airliner. Yeah.
Did you have a beer? Did you have a mixed drink? What'd you drink?
I had a whiskey drink at the airliner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey ginger.
Well, there are a lot of people in Iowa City, and we're going to be talking to those people at 7 o'clock. Brad Heinrichs from the Swarm Collective is going to be joining us. He's going to give us about 10 minutes of his time. He's in town, of course, for Fry Fest and, of course, for the game with Albany tomorrow. And then also setting up his booth over at Fry Fest, the one, the only Tyler Kluver from the Washed Up Walkons podcast. He's putting a booth over there. Maybe next year at Fry Fest, we can put a booth up. If I can plan in advance, we could put a booth up at Fry Fest.
I'd be down with that. That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun. So, Tyler Kluver going to be joining us at 7:30. Also, keep listening today, and don't call now, but just keep listening, because when you hear this, that means it is your weekly woohoo. And we want to take your phone calls at 515-517-2303. Here's the gist of the story, okay? The Iowa Lottery is presenting the weekly woohoo. And this week's prize pack includes Scratch and Match Win Jurassic World and Iowa Blackout Scratch tickets, plus some Mega Millions free play coupons. It's valued at $90. It's not going to be a comment thing. It's not going to be a tweet thing. It's going to be a call-in thing to where you give us something that makes you go, woohoo! That's all. That's what we're going to do.
Do you have a different woohoo? You got a different one.
Okay, I have this. No, they're both the same. I have one that's on my audio board, and I have one that's in the system. So, like, if you were ever to play it, it says, "Hey, sounds woohoo."
Oh, I see. You put it in our assets.
Yeah, put it in the media assets.
Okay.
So there we go. Get right. Start thinking of something that made you go woohoo. And we're going to do that. I would say, I'm going to tell you. Should I tell? I'm going to let you prepare. Right after we're done with Brad Heinrichs is when we're going to do it. So right around 7:10, just to let everybody know. Prepare. Think of something that makes you go woohoo, and you could win from the Iowa Lottery. Speaking of the Iowa Lottery, we're going to be doing the Black and Gold Rush tomorrow from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Right after the Iowa game against Albany, Ross and myself will be launching our brand new Iowa post-game show, which is called Black and Gold Rush. And we're looking forward to it. And the difference between the show we did before and the show we're doing tomorrow is right after the game, boom. We don't have to wait for an hour and a half post game and all that stuff. You can get in your car from Kinnick Stadium or wherever you're at and listen to us right after the game. And I think that probably be around 8:30, right? I mean, games are usually 3.5 hours long. That's usually what they go. So if the game starts at 5. I was glued to the television last night, Ross, watching a number of different games, number of Big Ten teams in action. Rutgers struggled against Ohio. Minnesota had its hands full, but I was locked in on the Nebraska game last night, where Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce showed up. The big news was Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce show up to the Nebraska-Cincinnati game. Now, to be fair, the Kelce brothers did go to Cincinnati, so that makes sense that they would go watch their alma mater. But when you add Taylor Swift to the equation, that just sets off the media frenzy. There he backs up from his chair. He's had enough of the Travis.
I was looking for I was going to try to turn on the TV so I could get a little bit of extra light. I don't give a shit who was at the game, dude. I know you don't. I
care less. I get it. But
neat.
You would be surprised. I was actually shocked that people cared that much that they were there. I was watching a pregame show, and the sportscaster goes, "Oh my God, Travis Kelce just walked right by me." I'm like, "Okay, you've been on a field. You've covered sports for a long time. You've seen famous people before. You've seen famous athletes. You should not be in awe of somebody who's just walked by you." But I bring that up just to get under your skin a little bit because I knew that would. But Nebraska did beat Cincinnati last night, 20-17. Nebraska did about everything it could to give the game away, Ross. They statistically beat up Cincinnati, but could not punch it in the end zone. Had penalties that kind of stalled some drives out. I think that, and then late in the game, here comes Cincinnati driving down the field. You're like, this is going to be the Iowa game all over again. This is where you beat somebody up. You can't finish it. But they got an interception late to escape with a 20-17 win.
Interception in the end zone with like 30 seconds to play, right? I mean, it was end of the game. Cincinnati's driving, and So Travis, you did your Nebraska reaction show last night. What was the feeling from Nebraska fans? Because I will tell you what my reaction is, but I'm really interested in how Nebraska fans were reacting.
Well, they kept showing this guy on TV last night that said, "Hey, we almost always almost win." And so it was interesting last night that nobody was happy. I mean, how many shows have we done after an Iowa game where they win and people still aren't happy, right?
Yeah,
You're
a lot.
like, hey,
right.
They won a game. People just they weren't happy, and it's just like, oh, here we go, 7 wins again. This team's no good, and I had to sit there and go, okay. And this is just me getting older, covering lots of college football. We've talked about. It is the first game of the season. We as fans are so geeked up, hyped up for college football. And I was like this way with last week with Iowa State, and I'll be with Iowa tomorrow. We almost expect perfection right out of the gate. You're like, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It's game freaking one. Now, if you're doing this in game 3, game 4, that's a different thing. But, from penalties, mental mistakes, just everything. I think people in general doesn't matter. You've had a year to get ready for this. It should be perfect.
Our expectations are high. Travis, it's a great way to put it. You have nothing to reference it. You have no realistic way to ground your expectations. It's all hype. Nebraska's had a lot of hype this year coming into this. A lot of people have said, man, this is a 10-win team. That was not a 10-win team last night.
No. Now they still do
Cincinnati.
have a favorable schedule, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They have a favorable schedule.
I'm not saying they won't win 10 games.
Yeah.
That team last night was not a 10-win team.
Yeah, if you're an Iowa fan now watching that, I mean, they gave up 183 yards on the ground. That's a lot, or was it 202? No, it was 202 yards on the ground. But they shut down Sorsby. Sorsby could not pass last night. And, he's that dual threat quarterback. They really shut down the pass game, but gave up a lot of big runs. And you go, okay, where's the weakness? It's going to be on that defensive front. And when you start looking ahead of who they got to play in the Big Ten, I don't want to get into a pissing match between the Big 12 and the Big Ten, but it's different. And what I mean is just the way they pound the ball. The offenses are different. Everything. There's just a different feel for it. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying the style you play is different. And Iowa's going to run it down your throat. Penn State's going to run it down your throat. Michigan's going to try to run it down your throat. So there's some – if you want to win in this league, you've got to stop the run.
Yeah, and if Nebraska – you're right, Travis. It's one game. It's game. You should not overreact to it. Because they struggled against the run last night doesn't mean a thing. Doesn't mean a thing. They could absolutely be a different team and a different defense and a better defense by the time the Hawkeyes roll in 13 weeks from now.
13 weeks from now. 13 weeks from now. But, so that was – I called you yesterday, and, we were talking about just fans that travel yesterday. There was news coverage, Ross. There was news coverage all day yesterday in the Omaha market. It was a traffic jam from Glenwood, Iowa, all the way to Kansas City. And this was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That if you were going I-29 south, it's a screeching halt. So just picture tomorrow going on I-80 to Iowa City or I-35 to Ames, plan ahead because traffic can slow you down.
I mean, Travis, when Nebraska scored, it was 13-10. Nebraska scored to make it 20-10. That felt like a home game. Not quite, but it was loud. You could feel that it was Nebraska dominant, which we knew it was going to be. So.
Yeah. How many does Arrowhead seat? I don't even know. Probably, I would guess, 68, 70,000 maybe?
70? Yeah, I could probably find that out.
I think the only Cincinnati fans there were Travis and Jason Kelsey and probably like a few parents. But, yeah, it was loud. And, they talked about it yesterday. Arrowhead Stadium, the loudest stadium in the world. Loudest stadium in the world. But I'm sitting there flipping back and forth. between football games, and then it just hits you. I love college football. I love college football.
It's back.
It is.
It's back,
we started with an upset last night.
That's right. Boise State, that ranked team.
Yeah, I mean, they jumped out. I think South Florida, like its first two possessions, had like -9 yards, and then all of a sudden just took off. And this is why you can't take stock in preseason rankings and everything like that. You're talking about a playoff team from a year ago, high expectations, started in the top 25. Why? Because they were in the playoff last year. I mean, just based on name reputation, they were a playoff team. You go, okay, we'll put them there. Then they get their ass kicked. Were you surprised at that? Were you surprised?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, until I started looking into South Florida. You know who the head coach is at South Florida?
No.
One of Matt Campbell's guys.
Really?
Yeah. Former tight ends coach for Iowa State, Alex Golish. We're watching that game last night. We're watching South Florida. I mean, they beat them. They beat them bad. Oh. It was take your will. By the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was over. And it was kind of fun to realize that was Alex Golish over there on the sideline, and he's the head coach for South Florida. And look out, they're going to be good.
They were impressive. Now they have to play Florida, I believe. They got to play Miami, but even if you were to lose those two, and you can go through the American, you might be seeing that team in the mix at the end of the season. Just saying.
In the mix. I think that's the fair way to say it. I'm not sure exactly what that means coming from the American, but they're going to be trouble.
Well, you look at it and go, okay, who's the highest ranked of the non-power four? You've got the win over Boise State if it was to turn around, and if your only losses were to Miami and Florida, I think you'd be sitting pretty good at that point.
In a good position. So keep an eye on South Florida and Alex Golish.
Luke Fickell, he got a win last night, Ross. Wisconsin got a win, but you know what happened? Lost his quarterback.
Dude, you could have just said Luke Fickell. It's going to end bad. He's going to get it feels like it. Even with the win, it feels like we're at the end.
17-0 over Miami of Ohio. And if you look at the injury that the quarterback got, he handed it off and he's like finishing out the fake. And it's like one of these non-con. You're like, what just happened? And those are the frustrating injuries. Like if you get injured, you want it to be in a scrum. You want it to be like you got hit really hard. He just finishes the fake and finishing out the play. And he just comes up gimp. And you're like, wow, that sucks. But it's a reminder as Iowa State takes the field tomorrow, as Iowa takes the field tomorrow, you don't know when that stuff is going to happen. This is the stuff you cannot predict.
And man, losing your quarterback for Iowa or Iowa State right now,
Ooh.
I think dude.
Ooh.
Dude.
Ooh.
I don't know what it would mean for Iowa. I truly don't know what it would mean because I haven't seen Gronowski. I don't know I have no idea what it would mean for the Hawkeyes. I know what it would mean for Iowa State. I think it's probably in that area for Iowa, meaning it nearly catastrophic for the season. You're counting on a lot of offense from that quarterback.
Wow, Kirk throwing this out there. Lowest attended home opener for whiskey outside of COVID since 1992.
That ain't good. That'll get you fired.
Yeah. The one thing that gets you fired faster than anything, well, two things. Win-loss record and fan apathy.
Yep.
Fan apathy is the number one indication whether you're on the hot seat or not. And
unless you've got Gary Barta as your athletic director, then you got about a 3-year window.
With multiple extensions involved
right,
with
exactly.
that. Oh, man. Other games last night, Minnesota beat Buffalo. Again, I wouldn't say it was sloppy at times, but Minnesota got a win last night. Rutgers was kind of the big surprise. I thought defensively Rutgers would be better. And now Ohio's not a bad team. They've been really good in the MAC the last several years. But we have that perception in our head that, well, you're going to play at home. You're going to play a MAC school. You better kick the crap out of them. Didn't happen. Rutgers got a late field goal, I believe, in the fourth and won 34-31. But every Big Ten team won last night.
Did you get to watch Minnesota much at all?
I was going back and forth. I was getting blinded by the all yellow uniforms, and then, but I just watched bits and pieces of it because I don't know. It was like Buffalo doesn't interest me, and once they had a lead, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and forth between games. And Owen and Lizzie were over here, so I spent some time dealing with them. But did you get to see any of them at all?
Dealing with them, not much. I when I got back, I flipped on and saw a little bit of. Or maybe it was when we were going to the concert, we saw PJ Fleck sending guys on it was a second of the game. That was it.
Yeah. But it was a full day. You got football tonight. I believe Illinois is in action tonight. So that's kind of the wild card for me is how does Illinois follow up a double-digit win season, high expectations, Brett Bielema, of course, with his ties to Iowa. Does Illinois intrigue you, or is it just like, it's Illinois football?
No, Illinois is very intriguing. Illinois is the most intriguing team in the Big Ten. They're a top 15. Illinois is a top 15 preseason team. Say no more. That's the most intriguing storyline here early in the season in the Big Ten. Obviously, how Ohio State plays against Texas is going to be that's what everybody's going to be focused on. But when you ask what's the most intriguing team in the Big Ten, Indiana. How do they come back from that season? But Illinois on the uptick. Top 15 team. Talk about expectations, man. Wisconsin at least thinks they're going to suck. That the fan apathy there is, crap. This is a little bit more. Illinois is not in the Nebraska realm where you've got fans that are used to having success and now are like, all right, we got our guy, we got our team. I think
know where Illinois is right now. Illinois is what is this? Year 3, year 4 of Brett Bielema. Illinois is where Iowa State maybe was year 3, year 4 of Matt Campbell.
Okay.
Except I think Iowa State fans have always supported Iowa State football more than Illinois fans have.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying there. I like that. They're on the uptick, and the expectations are there that normally aren't there. Matt Campbell did a really good job of making those the new expectations. And I think Bielema is going to do the same thing, but starts against is it the Western Illinois Leathernecks,
isn't it? The Leathernecks.
And then it's a dog with a great big leather collar.
Well, what if they come out with a live bulldog, spiked collar?
I like how you tried to make bulldog sound tough.
All right,
come out with live.
You know what?
It's bulldog.
Funny you say that, right? Because as a kid, you're always led to believe like the bulldog is the toughest dog around. You are led to believe that.
Who told you that?
Well,
nobody's ever led to believe the bulldog is the tough dog.
What was there a bulldog in Foghorn Leghorn? Because it was always bigger. They would always portray the bulldog bigger than what it really is. And as a kid, you're like, man, the bulldog is it's a mean dog. And it's big dog. And then you see one for the first time, you're like.
I thought the dog I remember, when you say Foghorn Leghorn, the dog I remember is the great big sheepdog.
Yeah.
He was like 6 feet tall. They'd check in. Remember? They'd check in on the time clock.
Morning, I remember Larry. A cartoon with a big gray bulldog, and I thought it was Foghorn Leghorn, but it was like
speaking of bulldogs, did you see what happened to Joe Woodley last night?
Yeah. Do you see what happened? He just keeps winning regular season games, keeps pouring on massive amounts of offense, massive amounts of points. The dude won like every game at Grandview like 56-2, and then he starts his career at Drake with a 41-7 win over Upper Iowa. The train keeps rolling. Now it's going to get tough.
Good job, Coach Woodley. Nice win. Good job starting the season. Yeah, now they go at South Dakota State.
Yeah. But you know what? I like what he said to us on Wednesday. And he's that competitive guy. I mean, he knows the disadvantages he has from Drake to South Dakota State from money to scholarships, all that. He expects to win.
He wants to win in spite of it.
Yes.
Expects to win.
Yes.
What a great word, Drive. Expects to win in spite of it. Yeah, but the bulldog in general, not a tough dog.
Is it an ugly dog?
Yes. Yes. Have you seen the latest Spike that they have? You got a tooth like this. He's like cross-eyed. They're like, oh, look at this beautiful bulldog. Who says this dog is beautiful? They have to cart it out, set it on. I'm sorry. I'm never going to be allowed back at Drake again. I'm so sorry. But
they are cute in a weird way.
Cool. No, they're not.
Like when they're babies. Like when they're babies and you get the folds.
They look like a Shar-Pei.
Yeah.
Or they look like a what's the other dog that does the same thing? You can hear breathe. A pug.
Pugs don't age well.
Like, dude, what's wrong with your dog? Nothing. He's breathing. He does that all the time? Yeah. Dude, I don't think that dog's supposed to be alive. I think that it sounds like it's drowning. It's cross-eyed.
Oh, you could be a sound effects dude.
I did for a long time. I did.
Hey, don't forget to pump it up with unleaded 88. It's cheaper. It's a cleaner and greener fuel choice, making it the clear winner at the pump. So pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
The Royal Mile, where everyone's a wee bit British. The Royal Mile is downtown Des Moines' living room with classic pub favourites. Pair them with a glass of whiskey or an expertly poured Guinness. It's bloody brilliant. The Royal Mile, a proper British pub.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza. The patio is open and ready for you, your friends, and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening this summer at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
Brendan Santone, sales manager at Willis Cadillac, here with you in August, getting ready for back to school time and state fair. They have all kinds of great specials going on this month. Quite a few lease specials. EVs still have the EV tax credit through the end of September. I have quite a few to pick from. IQs, Optics, Lyrics, and the all-new Vistic as well. Stop out and see us over on 100th Street in Clive, or visit us online at williscadillac.com.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Heading to Ames tomorrow, heading to Iowa City tomorrow. Make sure to stock up your tailgate and your road trip with products from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Stay hydrated with Body Armor. Go ahead and stack the cooler full of Coke, Diet Coke, and, of course, Fresca. Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling's got you covered for all your tailgating needs and your refreshments. So enjoy the home openers for both Iowa State and Iowa with an ice cold Coke from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Ross, good news. And this happened yesterday, I believe, or it might have been the day before, but Fox and YouTube TV have announced that there's a short-term extension on their agreement. And I think what happened was I think YouTube went to Fox and said, listen, here's the deal. We're going to negotiate in good faith. However, we have number one against number two at 11 o'clock in the morning. And if we don't show Ohio State and Texas, we will have people drop our service like there's no tomorrow. And no, there's a lot of games on the Fox family, but it is Texas, it is Ohio State, and I think they said, you can't cut us off now. Maybe a couple of weeks, but not week number one and not with number one against number two.
It feels like this happens every couple of years where they walk us right up to I'm glad that they tell you that it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they play this game, that they come out and they say, hey, by the way, beware. We might not be on the air on Saturday. Because if you just tuned on, if you were a YouTube TV subscriber and you tuned in on Saturday and it wasn't there and it was just like news to you all of a sudden, you had to go on Twitter, be like, hey, what's going on? You saw all the things. Oh, yeah, there's a contract. That would piss you off. That'd be enough to go, I'm done. I'd buy Hulu that minute if that happened. So I'm glad that they tell us about this stuff, but at the same time, it does feel a little bit like we are used as pawns.
Well, it's interesting. They must have known this thing was coming because last night I was watching the Big Ten Network, and I forget what game was on the Big Ten Network. I just forget which one it was because I was going back and forth between so many. But they had all the coaches go, hey, everybody, do you want your Big Ten programming? Because the Big Ten Network is attached to Fox. So they're like, if you don't, YouTube TV and all this stuff, make sure to save Big Ten or, basically go sign an agreement that says keep your, and that's from the Fox side. So they're like, hey, They had all the coaches really pleading to go like sign a petition or something like that to make sure you keep your Big Ten network.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. But they had to do that at Big Ten Media Day. So that was over a month ago they were planning for this. They knew this was probably going to happen. But the good news is it stays.
Not going to happen.
And look at it this way. Iowa State's got the greatest lead into a football game tomorrow ever.
That's a good way to put it.
Ever.
Good way to look at it. I mean,
Ohio State, Texas, right into Iowa State and South Dakota on Fox,
which is a good game. It's a good game, but it's a good game locally.
Yes,
it's going to be hard to convince people in Florida, Texas, and California to tune into South Dakota,
especially after just watching number 1 against number 2.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So Iowa State should win this game. There's a lot of connections here. South Dakota's quarterback started his career at Iowa State, never played it down, but a good quarterback for South Dakota. They went to the FCS semifinals last year. That's deep. I mean, that shows you how good this team is. Their GM used to work for Matt Campbell as assistant director of player personnel. So there's some crossover there. First meeting between the Cyclones and the Coyotes. The Coyotes. I'm not going to call them the Coyotes. They're the Coyotes since 1959. So it's been a while since these two teams have played.
And a weird question. Was South Dakota a Division I team then?
I doubt it. Did it really matter in 1959? I mean, it's just like,
no.
What's the least amount we have to travel? Oh, let's go over to let's go to Vermilion, or let's go to Ames. It's easy.
Probably. Yeah, we can only schedule the teams. We have the phone numbers for the athletic department.
And if we make that phone call, it's long distance and it's on a party line.
Yeah, party line.
And
Jolie says also known as the Yotes.
The Yotes.
See, Yotes is better. Yotes. Wouldn't that be better? I like Yotes.
Maybe. You are getting some compliments that you're not down in a hotel room bothering the bellhop like I would do.
I look for it. There is a conference room downstairs, much more well lit than my dimly lit room here. It was an interesting thing, Trav. I go down there last night and I'm like, hey, I got a couple questions. I don't see an Ethernet cable input in my room. Does the conference room could I hardwire into the internet? Dude, the guy looked at me like I spoke Greek. He's like, what? I said, I have to work in the morning and I use the internet I can use the Wi-Fi. I'm sure won't be a problem, but can I get into the conference center and is there an Ethernet cable in there? Is there an Ethernet port? He's like, I don't know. I don't think so. And I'm not even sure how you'd get into the room in the morning. All right, I'll just do it I'll use the Wi-Fi from my room.
Well, you know those keys you make, that little you just make one of those keys for the conference room. It's that simple.
I told you this the other day. It is like this everywhere you go. Try to talk to somebody behind a counter somewhere. They will look at you like you're crazy. You have a question for me?
You expect me to know an answer?
You want something from me? What do you want? Just like that everywhere. I was talking to my friends about McDonald's the other day, and everybody's like, yeah, you don't even have to finish. We've all had the exact same experience at McDonald's. They don't want to talk to you. If you have a question for them, it's odd. You don't see a person. When you do, it's a mistake.
And when you go through the drive-thru, you're talking to a computer. You're rarely talking to a human. Hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy when you go into a McDonald's right now. Hey, I need a lid for my cup. You'll stand at the counter. You'll see people working. They'll look over their shoulder and see it, and it's like, what is that guy doing? And they'll even say to their coworkers, like, some dude wants something. They like look around the corner. We've all had this experience. And then finally they come up there like, can I help you with something? Yeah, I didn't get my sauce for my nuggets. Won't even acknowledge you. Turn and walk away and then go to somebody else and be like,
guy wants sauce.
This guy wants something, man. He's trying to interact with me. Ugh. It's that way everywhere.
With Iowa State tomorrow, what are you looking for? How they come back from, it's almost, to me, even though they played in Ireland last week, it seems like, okay, it was just a game. I mean, I know you have to take it into account. We know the records of teams that come back from Ireland. It's not great when you play the week after that. But what are you looking for from Iowa State tomorrow?
That's a really good question, Travis. What's the expectation? What would we have to see? Obviously, a win and a comfortable win. I think that if they let's go through each side of the ball. Defensively, if South Dakota gets a couple of touchdowns, because South Dakota gets to 20, I think you're going to go, defense didn't play as well as we'd hoped. Unless there's like a punt return, pick six, something that gives them points. Defense has to basically kind of shut down an FCS offense. They should be able to control that offense. Offensively, what do you need to see? Maybe some growth in the passing game. The Rocco was fantastic. The running game was really good. I'd like to see the offensive line play more consistent than they did last week. Rocco make a couple of plays. There should be no pressure on Rocco in this game. You should be able to, again, not that South Dakota's a walkover. This is a good football team. But if you're going to be a top 25 football team, you have to dominate this game. I won't be surprised if it's a 17-7, 17-10 slog of a game because you're coming back because of all the Ireland stuff.
You got the Ireland stuff, and I look at it this way. And again, this is just me guessing. I'm guessing a more conservative approach tomorrow because you got Iowa next week. You're not going to throw the kitchen sink at South Dakota, right? Yeah. If you don't have to, don't do it. And now, when you're playing Kansas State, that's completely different. That's a conference game. Totally. That's against a ranked team. You've got to do a little bit more. Against South Dakota, you're sitting there going, okay, let's just grind it out, get out of there with a win, and just focus on Iowa. And you got to take it one game at a time. Totally get that. But there's a much bigger prize following the next week.
Great way to put it, Trev. That's a much more analytical way of they're not going to put it in Rocco Beck's hands. They're not going to make Rocco go out there and make a bunch of plays. They probably, if it goes to plan, they won't need to. They'll win this game running the ball and on the ground and be a quick game. You'll end up with 200 yards on the ground. Maybe Rocco goes for another 150 and a touchdown, something like that. Did you see Aaron's comment there, dude? Did you know this?
I did not know that.
Oh, I was trying to get to it. South Dakota's co-offensive coordinator is Audie Crook's uncle?
I did not know that.
That's pretty cool.
What I did notice right there is, did you notice how StreamYard updated its look of fonts? Or did I just?
Oh no, it did. It's white now.
Yeah. Or maybe I did that. Maybe I hit the. Maybe I hit.
We're gonna go with you. We're gonna go with you.
We're gonna go with me.
And by the way, Brian Duax reminds me, not everywhere you get that customer service experience. Some places have Dana
and Brian and the Todd father. What do you want? The Todd. What do you want? It's 25.
I stopped in and saw the boys the other day, and Dana stopped in and saw the crew the other day.
Did you sign some bottles while you were there?
Why would I sign them by myself?
Because more people want your signature than they want mine. But I still think they got a couple bottles left.
There were a few. There were only like 7, 8, 10 bottles left.
Yeah.
They told me that one of the really nice restaurants in town is planning something with it. Because they came and bought it. Yeah, they came and bought a bunch.
Like 12 bottles, wasn't it?
Something like that.
That'll last them. That'll last them. Of course, the day kicks off tomorrow with Texas and Ohio State. I'm going to watch that game. What a way to start the day off. Watch Big Noon Kickoff, see what Portnoy does on the show. If he actually gets into the horseshoe, because there's been this back and forth. He was banned. Then Ross Bjork comes out and says, we didn't ban him. And so, and just listen to the amount of boos for Portnoy will be hilarious. But the game itself is intriguing, right? The official beginning of the Arch Manning era at Texas. I don't know if we've had a quarterback in the last 10, 15 years that's had more expectations than Arch Manning. And to no fault of his own, because I think he's handled this great. I mean, think about it. He redshirted, one of the most highly recruited guys we've ever seen. He redshirts, plays a little bit last year because Quinn Ewers got hurt, and now takes over as a full-time starter. But it's not like he's flamboyant. He doesn't talk a lot, but the expectations of Arch Manning are incredible, from Heisman Trophy to national championship to first-round draft pick to first pick in the NFL draft. The dude is under an immense amount of pressure from the Texas fan base, and really not just the Texas fan base, but maybe every college football fan out there who's heard the name for the last, I don't know, 8 years going
3-4 years. Yeah, right.
Because we all knew Arch was coming.
Yeah, and when he did get in last year, he was real impressive, and you got to see it and go, yeah, that's what everybody's been talking about. What a good question, Travis. When was the last time? And again, he has played, so it's not like we can put him in that category of all this expectation before ever taking a snap, but before starting a game. This is his first start, right?
No, he started.
Did he start last year? And did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what a great but the expectation he's coming in with. What's that?
I'm sorry. I said we knew that when Ewers got healthy last year that he was going to go. So it wasn't Arch's team. This year it's Arch's team, and all eyes are going to be on Arch Manning. Every one of them.
Got a squad around him too, man. So it's going to be fun. What a great way to kick off the season.
It really is. Really.
You'll be Big Noon Kickoff tomorrow. Is the Portnoy storyline enough to draw you to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't it for you?
I'm kind of intrigued.
It's kind of like when McAfee joined College Game Day, right? Because he was so out there. And McAfee and Portnoy are completely different. I mean, McAfee's got the playing experience. He's the rah guy. He'll do anything. Portnoy's just the polarizing guy who's going to get up there and just say something really, really weird. But it is enough to draw me in and go, I want to watch this.
And they did say goodbye to Corso.
Are they doing that tomorrow?
No, that was last week. Last weekend they did like a big tribute to him. Yeah, a bunch of people. I remember on Monday, a lot of people were commenting and saying, "Man, the Corso thing was fantastic." It was like, and I saw several people tweet it, say, "Man, this was an emotional thing." I didn't go back and watch it.
Let me ask you: are you going to miss Lee Corso though? I'm not.
Oh, Kirk says they're doing that. They're doing that tomorrow.
Okay,
they're going to have a. I thought people were saying on Monday they'd seen that on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought like tomorrow's going to be like his final send off and one last College Game Day. And they're saying, I like that. I got to show this for you listeners out there on the audio stream. We have somebody in the YouTube chat who goes by the handle iFartRadio. I just want to keep that up there.
That's great.
iFartRadio.
Last weekend was a preview of it. The last show for Corso will be tomorrow. No, Trav, I won't watch it. How do I say it? That gland has been milked. The Lee Corso sympathy, whatever emotional train, it's gone. It left the train. It left the station a long time ago. And I said that. There's a Dick Clark thing that's happened here. It's the old Shane Gillis line. Way too late for high fives on this one, boys. You don't get to ESPN doesn't get to walk away and go, boy, we really handled that well, didn't we, guys? No. No, for the last 4 years, you've not handled it well. You've turned your back on it. You've put the guy out there, made it uncomfortable to watch. You don't get to high-five each other at the end of this and go, oh, man, what a great send-off. No. You can try it, and I'm sure people will eat it up, and it'll be amazing. It'll be emotional, and I like Herb Street. I love that relationship that those two guys have. It doesn't do it for me anymore. If 5 years ago they'd have said, "Hey, Lee Corso, we're gonna step away," it would have meant something. I was still watching the show at that point. I have not watched that show in years, and it's because of that. It's uncomfortable. It's the same shtick all the time, and I just don't. It's not for me. Big day or Big Noon Kickoff came along. They started to change the game. They started to add new talent. It's a better production. It's not. You don't feel this hand-holding thing that has to happen. So, no, I won't watch it tomorrow.
I fall in line with you. And if this would have been 5-6 years ago, it probably would have, obviously you have to honor a great career. I'm not going to dispute that Lee Corso and
totally
from the beginning of College Game Day was a huge part of that show's success, just as he deteriorated after his stroke, that's what happens after you have a stroke. You're right. It became so uncomfortable that you almost felt sorry for him. And they were like propping him up. And it's like, gosh, just cut the tie already. But so the last Lee Corso college football game day tomorrow at the Horseshoe.
Dude, I'll tell you where it's lit up. Not in my hotel room in Iowa City, at Fry Fest. I just got a text from our buddy Randy Engel. Remember Randy called in? He's the guy that does the artwork.
Yeah.
He's set up down there as well. So Randy sent me a message yesterday. He's like, hey, if you're coming to Fry Fest, come find me. I said, dude, couple things. Number one, I don't think I can get in at 5 a.m. And number two, I didn't drive to Iowa City. So I won't be able to make it over there.
You're at the mercy of somebody else.
Right. But Randy, he just sent me pictures, set up, bright, looks very cool. Very, very cool.
Are there people there already?
I don't think so. I don't think the doors are open. We're going to talk to Kluver here in a little while, and maybe he'll be able to tell us. Brad's not there. He's just in town for Fry Fest.
I would bet that Brad Heinrichs is going to go to Fry Fest a little bit later on because the Swarm is still active, and we're going to ask him. What is the purpose of the Swarm now? Is it the same? How are you working? Because I know he's got a meeting with Beth Getz right after he's talking to us. So we'll try to get what that meeting is going to be about. But I was doing a lot. Swarm is still active, so it'll be interesting to see if when he's going to go down to Fry Fest. But so Brad Heinrichs just after 7:00, and Tyler Kluver from the Washed Up Walkons Podcast. If you haven't listened to the Washed Up Walkons Podcast, we highly encourage you to do so. It's he launched. How many years ago did he launch this? I'm trying to. I mean, the years fly by. I'm trying to. We'll have to ask.
That's a great question.
Man,
take a guess. 7.
Let's see. I'm going to say 7 or 8 years ago. Has it been that long since he's been out?
I don't even know.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah,
you say it and you go, is it? But he's got the kids now. He's got the the years just go by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot about this, and Nick brings it up. And Nick, we were going to get into this probably when Tyler, but Reese Vanderzee is going to be out like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that this morning that he was 4 to 6 is what they say, right? Did I see something that said 4 to 6, or for some reason 4 weeks was in my head? Wide receiver has never been the make or break. Never. I like Reese Vanderzee. I'm hoping that he ends up healthy and can be a huge contributor. He was, and maybe this is why he was on that second line on the depth chart on wide receiver. I think that they've, I almost said I think that they've got a deep room. You got to stop. You got to pump the brakes here. Whenever you're talking about Hawkeye wide receivers, you got to pump the brakes. We don't know. They've never, with the rare exception of Marvin McNutt, DJK. The wide receivers have never been the position that were the playmaker, that were the game breaker, and I just don't think that that's part of of Kirk Ferentz style after 20 years of watching it. I hope he's back. I hope he has a wonderful season. I don't think it has a dime of impact on the offense.
Well, I think it has an impact from A, depth, B, athleticism, but I think why people are so geeked up and hyped up on Reese Vandersee, which they should. He's 6'4", he's a tremendous athlete, and he's an Iowa kid, right? And when you're an Iowa kid, you get really excited about that. And we saw glimpses in those first couple games last year, like, oh, this dude's a player. You know, you lose
and
Cooper
they trust
DeJean,
him.
And a guy like that comes in, you're like, ooh, one of our own. We can root for that. I just hope his career doesn't turn out to be, and I don't mean to jinx anybody, but he dealt with injuries last year. You're dealing with injuries this year. You just hope it's not one of those careers that's just plagued by injuries. And some people are just prone to them. Some people just get the bad luck.
Again, hope he's back. I hope it's wonderful. If the offense sputters, I don't want people to call in tonight or Saturday night and go, oh man, if we'd had Reese Vandersee. I don't think I don't think that'll be the difference maker. Hope he's back. When he's there, he's amazing. I'm with you. He's one of my favorite players in the team for all those things that you said, Travis. And I do think he's an amazing talent because they trusted him so early in the season last year. So hope he's back. I just am. I never get out over my skis about wide receiver news with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Don't forget, coming up in hour number 2, right after the Brad Heinrichs interview, we are going to do the weekly woohoo from the Iowa Lottery. And don't forget that the Iowa Lottery gives back. Since the lottery started in 1985, its players have won more than $6 billion in prizes, while the lottery has raised more than $2.5 billion for state programs that benefit all Iowans. Today, lottery proceeds help our state in multiple ways. They help veterans and their families through Iowa Veterans Trust Fund and many more. So we're going to be doing the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios, and you can win an Iowa Lottery prize pack with the weekly woohoo coming up in hour number 2 right here on the Rush Radio Show, powered by our good friends at Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
You've got enough on your plate, so when it's time to reset, grab a Fresca. Bold citrus, zero sugar, zero caffeine. Just clean, crisp refreshment that never goes out of style, whether it's post-work, post-gym, or just a break from the noise. Fresca's got your back. Pick up a Fresca at your local retailer today.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
At Midwest Landscapes and Hardscapes, we know that the only way to do business is the fair way. That means honest quotes, no surprises, and work that speaks for itself. From the first sketch to the final sweep, we keep you in the loop because communication builds trust, and trust builds beautiful spaces. Midwest Landscapes and Hardscapes, fair, skilled, thorough. Just the way it should be.
Summer break is winding down and school is starting. Done on the drop-off line this year with a new Chevy from Willis Chevy. For the month of August, you get 0% financing on select TurboMax, Silverado 1500 trucks. And if an SUV is more your speed, you can take advantage of $299-month lease on the incredible 2025 Chevy Equinox. Get your back-to-school shopping done right at Willis Chevy in Granger, just 15 miles north of the metro. Stop into our showroom or visit us online at willischevy.com.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels. There's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. For those of you listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, on the Rush Radio Android app or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Good to have you dialed in this morning. Watching on YouTube this morning, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and of course, leave your comments in the comments section. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. It's always good to hear from friends, especially as the college football season is getting underway. And we consider him a friend. I hope he considers us a friend. Brad Heinrichs from the Swarm Collective is joining us. I think he kind of yelled at me, Ross, yesterday. He yelled at me yesterday.
About time.
I kept asking for more and more and more. And finally he goes, dude, I go, okay, I'll back up. I'm in sales.
Hey, listen, you only dude your friends. So, you know,
good. I like
don't
that.
worry about it.
I like that.
When'd you get into town, man?
I got into town yesterday evening, actually. So I'm gearing up for my big meeting this morning with Beth Getz. It's a big deal. It's like going to see the president.
So can you give us any insight on what this is about?
Oh, I don't mind. I'm wanting to talk to her about the future of the Swarm.
And what would your future of the Swarm look like?
Retirement? No, I'm kidding. No, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the college athletics landscape has completely changed, right? And it seems to be changing about every 2 or 3 weeks. But you know, the Swarm is going to be, I think, every bit as important moving forward as it was before, when we were literally the only people paying the players. Now I think we are going to be the overage over and above the $20.5 million cap. I think that's effectively what most collectives around the country are trying to become. And so positioning ourselves in a way that makes us most effective in doing so is really, I think, you know, what we're going to be talking about today, and figuring out how to move forward.
Okay, Brad, so you mentioned retirement, and you said it jokingly, but you own a business. Something tells me that you have, or have at least thought about, a succession plan for your business. And that may be multiple years down the road, but I think great CEOs start doing a succession plan. Have you started putting a succession plan into place for the Swarm? Identify somebody who can run this, or are you too hands-on to where you're not ready to do that yet?
You know, I haven't started thinking about that, just because, you know, I think when you guys have hobbies, right?
Of course.
I view this as more of a hobby than I do a job. The corporation I run is, I mean, it's a job, and it's work, and it's, you know, and there's, you know, quite a bit of stress involved, and travel and all those things. And dealing with lots of personnel, that part really sucks. But with the Swarm, it's you know, it's a small operation, and it's trying to serve and help the Hawks. And, you know, I see myself trying to help the Hawks win until I don't have any more breath in me. So, now, having said that, I've said this and I maintain this forever. If somebody else is better equipped to do this than me, I'll hand over the keys, because I want us to win. I want us to do well. I want the kids to grow and succeed. And so, it's just not something that I intend to give up unless there's a better option out there, in which case I'll step aside.
Brad, do you truly see a future where the Swarm has the role that it currently does? I mean, it seems to me like it's what you're describing there is I hate to say a shell of what you've done these last couple of years, but a much smaller, scaled back version of what you've done. Is that fair?
It sounds that way, and I think it's true. The last few years we've had 22 sports, and theoretically, not just theoretically, we paid a lot of those players in all 22 sports. Wow. I see if we are going to be what I'm going to call the overage, or the additional monies paid to student athletes over and above the cap, I think it'll be more focused around the elite players, the ones that you're reading about in the newspaper a lot. Those would probably be the players that we would be focused on serving or helping. I also think that we might be a platform to help out the Olympic sports, right? Those I like to pick on golf, right? Because that's my sport. So it's not very often that golfers are getting NIL money, but if there is some opportunity, that can be a game changer for an Olympic sport to get, because they're not going to get any revenue sharing. So the revenue sharing, the 20.5 is really going to be split, between football and the basketball teams in general. That's going to be a vast majority of all the monies that are being distributed. So, what happens to your baseball team? What happens to your some of your women's sports, or your field hockeys, your your golfs and tennis, whoever. If there's a marquee athlete out there that you can get to come to your university and be a game changer for the program, and we can help make that happen. I mean, how cool is that?
Very much so. Yeah. I mean, and it is changing. So I'd love to be a fly on the wall in your meeting, which starts in about 8 minutes. So
it's all good. It's all good.
It'd still be fun to be in there. Go, hey, wow, watch the negotiation
happen. Or just the conversation and how Beth sees this. I'm with Travis. This is just a fascinating.
I'm looking forward to it. The one thing, I will say, Beth is very. She's thoughtful. She's thorough, and I think that she's progressive. We're going to find out this morning just how progressive. Yeah, that's what's going to happen today. So I'm pretty excited about it.
So I know we only got a couple more minutes with you, but Brooks Reynolds, who owns JR's South Fork Ranch, wants to host the Swarm at JR's at the Iowa State Fair next year. And I would take him up on this offer, because big crowd, you would have a massive following there. So
that sounds awesome.
If you want me to play connector, I can do connector there.
I would love that. I would love that. Now, I have never been to the Iowa State Fair. Do they is that one of those places where they serve like fried Twinkies and that kind of thing?
Oh no.
Now, Brad, you're gonna we're dropping you into the deep end of this, dude, because there's fried foods at the Iowa State Fair. JR's South Fork Ranch is the place that you can get lobster rolls with caviar and gold dust.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dom Perignon.
Perignon.
We've got.
I'm not afraid of those circles. I not at all. I enjoy that kind of thing.
I gotta say a big shout out to our buddy Scott Carpenter too. I was at Top Golf with him when he was one of your Hawkeye golfing teammates.
Yes,
wonderful dude. One of our friends at Farrell's, and so we had a good conversation the other day. He didn't hit any golf balls. He just watched me hack.
Yeah, well, talk about retirement. He and I are both getting old, so it's probably hurt ourselves.
All right. Hey, I know you're in town. Before we're moving our Saturday show to this platform. So when you get done, find us on the TuneIn app. Find us, but it'd be great to have you listen to us. And
that'd be great.
We're on right after the game. Right after the game.
Right after the game. I promise not to call in and slur words and act like a drunken idiot. So, but I'd love to listen. I'd love to listen.
We've had sponsors do that in the past. You could go.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. All right, go have a good meeting, Brad. Always good catching up, and we'll be in touch soon throughout the season, buddy.
Sounds great, and hopefully I'll have something to share with you and the rest of Hawkeye Nation soon.
All right,
love that.
Sounds
Talk
good.
to you soon,
Brad
bud.
Heinrichs,
Take care, guys.
live from Carver Hawkeye Arena. You see the arena in the background? He's going in to talk to Beth Getz, find out what the future of the Swarm looks like. It's good. You know what it's time for, Ross? You know what it's time for?
I'm
excited. It is time for your weekly from the Iowa Lottery. 515-517-2303 is the number to call. All right. It's the weekly woohoo. And we have a prize pack for you because it is. That's right. Call now and give us what makes you go. I'm never going to get sick of doing that. This week's prize pack includes scratch, match, and win Jurassic World and Iowa Blackout Scratch tickets plus Mega Millions free play coupons, a prize pack valued at $90. And don't forget, all the games are part of Iowa Lottery's Play It Again promotions, where you can win cash with a part of the VIP club with second chance prizes. Could be up to $100,000, a trip to Hawaii, and tickets to football games, Iowa State and Iowa. Hey, the phones are ringing, which is
really it's a $90 prize pack from the Iowa Lottery. I cannot wait until one of our winners cashes in, scratches off a ticket that they got for free, and wins like $1,000 or that. Like, I can't wait for that to happen. Let's hope it happens today.
All right, 515-517-2303. Let's go to Charlie. Charlie, what makes you go woohoo?
It's game day weekend for the Hawks. Woohoo!
Game day. Listen, that's fair. Yeah, football is here. That's a woohoo. That's a woohoo right there. I like that, Charlie. Football. That's what makes me go woohoo.
All right, Charlie. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Hold on, I got to write down his number. Without a call screener, I gotta.
Oh, and you can't go back and look at it once we.
It disappears. 515-517-2303. Let's go to who's this?
This is Dan in Red Oak.
Hey, Dan in Red Oak.
What's up,
going
Dan?
on?
It's a great day, man. How are you today?
Good.
You're
what
doing
makes you
great,
go
buddy.
woohoo?
Sports in general. I mean, baseball playoffs are coming up. College football is taking off. High school football is starting off. This is just a great time of year.
Are you an
Excellent.
NFL guy too?
Yeah, kind of a Chiefs fan. I kind of been since I was able to walk. But yeah, it's exciting watching them. I'm excited to see what they can turn around the preseason woes and get on the win column.
I love that, man. I don't think there's too many states out. I mean, Iowa, probably these Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota. You're not going to get too many people that call in and go, I'm really excited about football, high school, college, and NFL.
Right.
All
Thanks
right,
a
Dan.
lot.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Dan.
515.
All right. Have a good day.
Yep. 515-517-2303. I'm not going to let this guy pontificate for very long, but let's see what makes him go woohoo. Derek from New Sharon, welcome to the Rush Radio Show. What makes you go woohoo?
A negative pregnancy test. Woohoo! Hey, can I break down the game?
No, I don't
Tomorrow's
have
game real quick.
No,
Okay.
I'll give you 10 words.
10 words.
All right, we're not looking ahead because South Dakota's way better than Iowa, punks.
I like it. That's good.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can't break down the game during one of our promotions from the Iowa.
I like it. Listen, that was perfect. That was what I would have expected from Derek right there.
A negative pregnancy test. That is a good woohoo. 100%. Iowa Lottery right now is going, what did we do? What did we do?
If you're not, yeah. Oh, they knew. They listened. They knew.
Kirk, what makes you go woohoo?
Fall weather like this, Hawkeye football, and the fact that Derek from New Sharon doesn't know how to do the YouTube chat.
Oh,
that was fantastic.
You get some stars. You get some Go Hawks. You get some stars by you.
That was fantastic. That was what makes me go woohoo.
The fact that Derek doesn't know how to use the YouTube chat.
That was very good. Who was that? I don't have a pen.
That was Kirk.
Okay, Kirk's my clubhouse leader right now. That was a good one.
515-517-2303. Rev, what makes you go woohoo?
Woo-hoo! Whoop-whoop! ICP's next week at Bel Air. Woo-woo! Whoop-whoop!
Thanks, Rev.
Do you know what ICP is, Travis?
No.
Insane Clown Posse.
What is that?
You don't know what Insane Clown Posse is?
No, I don't know what Insane Clown Posse is. Why would I know what Insane Clown Posse is?
Boy, are you in for a treat today.
Insane Clown Posse.
It's so imagine like Slipknot meets Beastie Boys meets Gallagher.
That's a little weird.
It's pretty weird. Their fans are all called Juggalos.
Juggalos?
Yeah. Imagine Valor Ballroom full of Rays.
Oh, God. 515-517-2303. Who's this? Who's going woohoo?
This is Ray.
Hey, Ray.
I'm the first one on your comment this morning on YouTube about being stuck in the traffic jam down in Kansas City.
See, the Husker fans got you, didn't
they? There. Yeah, I'm sitting there, dead traffic. Some lady, her husband pulled up next to me. She rolled down her window and showed me her woo-hoos.
Really? You got a flash last night?
Yeah.
Huh?
And she was impressive.
Real or fake? Real or fake?
They're real. And I roll down the window and I go, you mind if I stick my face in between there and fight for air? And her husband leaned over and he goes, I don't think so, dude.
You're making this up. Did you really get flashed?
Oh, yeah. In a semi, you get flashed all the time.
Oh, man.
No kidding.
Oh, especially over in Omaha.
Come on now.
I've been driving through Omaha and some lady holds up her signs. Honk your horny, I'll serve my titties.
Jeez.
Now the Iowa Lottery's questioning their
now they're like, oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All the VIP listeners are like, what did we tune in for? Oh, you're in for a ride. 515-517-2303. Let's go to Christine. Christine, what makes you go?
Knowing that someday Jerry Jones will be dead and not in charge of the Cowboys.
Wishing death upon Jerry Jones.
What makes me happy? Knowing someday
I'm not
a man.
wishing death on him. I'm just knowing it's going to happen.
And if it happened tomorrow, you would not be heartbroken.
No. I'm still upset about Tom Landry, and this Micah Parsons thing is wrong.
Hold on. You're still upset about Tom Landry?
Yes. Dude, I have been a fan since I was 3 years old.
You know, I honestly did not know, or I had forgot about the Tom Landry Jerry Jones thing until just recently. I really had not. That wasn't a part of my Jerry Jones story. That when he fired Tom Landry, he didn't even mention him in the press conference. And I heard that recently. I was like,
yeah,
what?
There's a great series on Netflix about the 90s Cowboys right now. So
yeah, that's the one I started watching the other day. Now, a lot of people are criticizing, and I think Jimmy Johnson even came out and said, listen, this is geared to what Jerry wants you to hear. It's pretty slanted.
Oh,
you know,
it's kind of like Jordan.
True.
So Jerry Jones was a part of the production, not just he wasn't just interviewed in it. It's his angle on it, kind of like Jordan in The Last Dance.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah,
All
this
right,
Parsons
Christine.
trade is a weird one. Thanks, Christine.
Chris,
What makes you go woohoo? Someday Jerry Jones is gonna die. Woohoo!
oh man, that was good. That was good.
What
We
makes
still
you,
got
what made you go woohoo this week, Travis? Because I got one. Mine would be last night seeing Alex Golesh, the former tight ends coach for Iowa State. That's a guy I got a chance to meet while he was here. I really liked Alex. And to see him having that success last night, that was a woohoo for me last night. Seeing a dude that a lot of people here in the state will remember and hopefully had a chance to get to talk to or cheer for at one point in time, and now he's doing big things. So that was a woohoo.
What made me go woohoo? You know what made me go woohoo? Because it happens every single day. Two things made me go woohoo. The daily pictures that I get from my daughter in Mississippi of my granddaughter. That makes me go woohoo.
That's a
And
good
a big
woohoo, buddy.
was Owen yesterday. We got the acoustical panel wall up in the studio, and we're not going to be live from the studio tomorrow, but I think next Saturday we'll probably be in the studio and I'll be fully moved. And you know what else made me go woohoo? I got three things. This stuff just keeps popping in my brain. Cable guy showed up yesterday to fix the internet. And so we had cables downstairs that were like 15 years old. He goes, they don't even make this coax cable. So they ripped all that out, put new cable in, ran it in from the outside, and we haven't had any problems whatsoever.
Bam.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Lots of woohoos there.
A lot of
woohoos.
woohoos. And now, Ross and I are ineligible to win the Iowa Lottery weekly woohoo.
Wait, who said so? Who said that I wasn't in a contract. I didn't sign anything that said I couldn't win.
I think the Iowa Lottery would frown upon us winning a contest on our own
if
show.
If we were like, all right, the $90 prize pack. You know what, Trav? You had the best one. It's Sutton. That's what it is. You win. Enjoy your $90 prize pack. Everybody, thanks for competing. Try again next week when I'm going to win.
Ross, what makes you go?
What makes me go woohoo? It's full-time football on Thursday through Tuesday, so I don't have to watch Catfish or anything with my wife.
Hold on, you watch
football Friday night.
You watch Catfish with your wife?
I don't watch it. I sit on the couch and it's on. So
it's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Also, Friday night football starts tonight. First referee game tonight. So woohoo for me.
Are you a white hat?
I don't want scratch off tickets. I'm not. No, I'm a back judge.
Okay. What game do you got tonight?
I won't disclose that.
And I'll tell you this, Ross.
I don't need people yelling at me.
Ross is one of the few people that listens to us. Ross is also a baseball official, and he's out there doing that thing that. Yeah, that's incredible, man. Ross, thanks a lot for doing that. Whenever I see you, I try to tell you that, but I think it's really cool that you, because it's not easy. A lot of people don't want to do it. There has to be people that will be officials, or the games can't happen. So. Thanks for doing that, man.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Good luck, guys.
See you, bud.
Oh, wow. That was fun. Thank you, Iowa Lottery, for making us go.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun segment. I like that a lot.
And we're going to do it a lot.
And it's positive, too. Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing. We can have fun with it, but for the most part, it's like, hey, what got you happy? And what a fun way to go into the weekend, too.
Yeah. Or, and things that happen bad can make you happy. Like, the possibility of Jerry Jones's death. That can make you happy. If you're not an Iowa Lottery VIP, sign up for free today at iowalottery.com/VIP and get some of those VIP perks. Again, sign up to be an Iowa Lottery VIP for free at iowalottery.com/VIP. Now we've got the tough job. Who's our winner?
It was the guy that called in and had the line about Derek.
That would be Kirk.
I think so. Kirk or the lady that we had on at the end.
That was Christine.
You're gonna have to pick. Those are my two. Those are the two stars I had.
I think in Christine, don't take this personally, but I think I'm gonna go with Kirk because Kirk he saved the best for last. He goes fall football, this, and the fact that Derek from New Sharon hasn't figured out the YouTube chat yet. It was just like the punchline going right through, right? Now I just hope
that you wrote down the phone number correctly.
That I wrote down the correct phone number for Kirk. The disadvantage of not having a call screener is getting, I'm sitting here trying to listen and write quick. So Kirk,
is there an interface
I'm going to send you a text message during the break. But if you don't hear from me, email me, Travis@therushradio.com. Because I need to get your information. Name, firstborn, social security number,
I hope you get 7 emails from Kirk.
Shut up. Why do you got to be like that?
You're gonna have to call each. You're gonna have to go back and listen to the call on the podcast, and then call each one and hear if the voice sounds the same.
Man, you're just
hey, Travis. I know my email says my name is Larry, but I go by Kirk.
And that probably could be it, right? Because, man, we do want to thank the Iowa Lottery for jumping on the rush. And, of course, we're going to be doing the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery studios. We don't actually have a studio. It'll be kind of what it looks like right now. But
I did have a guy. My buddy asked me, so you actually going to the Iowa Lottery studios to do the? I'm like, no, we're calling it that.
Yeah.
It's the Iowa Lottery Studios.
Because the software we use is a studio. It's a studio software. So they're sponsoring our studio software. Just saying. Oh, well, I got to go back here. And then I got to go here.
So this is what I was going to ask, Travis. Is there a way, can I monitor? I know I can't interact with it, but is there a way for me to monitor the call screener so that I could help you with that?
You could, but here's the problem. When you get in, it costs double.
Oh.
So the funds in the phone line would start to deplete even faster. We're cheap here. We're on a shoestring budget, folks. We're on a shoestring budget. And I'm okay with it. When we come back, Tyler Kluver from the Washed Up Walkons is going to be live at Fry Fest. That's right, Fry Fest, live on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's $25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's $25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's $25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge. I love working with guests because I'm a people person. I love helping solve issues.
I like working with guests is the little conversations you have back and forth prior to what you recommend. People from other parts of the United States,
All the guests are super nice. They're very friendly.
Just meeting new people along the way. I think it's kind of fun.
My favorite part working about Willis is the environment. I love all my coworkers.
The cars we see here, I'm a very, I like the old vintage cars that we get.
Honestly, I just love the culture here. I love that it feels like it's a family-run company, because it is.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always priority one.
Hey, it's Marion with Willis Volvo Cars. With all those miles you put on your car over the summer and any last-minute road trips you have before school starts, your car might be ready for maintenance. Come on down to get an alignment for $179.95 and $25 off an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
Rush, strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I want to say congratulations to Kirk, our weekly woohoo winner from the Iowa Lottery. He picks up a $90 prize pack, scratch-off tickets, Mega Millions tickets, and I got his phone number right, Ross. I hit the jackpot. I did it. I accomplished something. What do you know?
We're gonna keep a running tally on how often you get it right. But I would say 1 for 1, but 1 for 2.
I'm 1 for 2 right now. Because I wasn't dyslexic today. When I'm not dyslexic, that helps out. So I wasn't dyslexic.
A lot better. Yeah.
All right, Fry Fest going on this week in Iowa City. They're setting up down at the convention center, and Hawkeye fans are going to converge. Friend of ours going back a long time, but he hasn't been on with us for a while, and maybe we do this weekly. Maybe we bring him on the Black and Gold Rush.
I'd love this. Love talking to this guy.
It's the most famous walk-on in Iowa history. Host of the Washed Up Walkons Podcast.
He's already shaking his head. He's like, no.
What do you mean?
I just can't believe you guys gave Kirk Ferentz $90 this morning. What, Kirk won?
Yes, and scratch tickets. So
tickets.
It really could pay off for him.
Known scratch ticket guy. Definitely has time for those.
Right. Seems like a pull tab guy to me. Doesn't he seem like a?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what pull tabs were until I went to Minnesota.
What?
I went to. So I'm not a big. You won't find me at the casino. I don't have time for that, especially with 2 kids now. But I went to a bachelor party for my best friend from high school 2 years ago.
Were there strippers?
No.
Had to ask.
And by the way, real quick tangent. Love that you guys are doing your own thing now. We can talk about strippers on the show. That's great.
Yeah.
And it's great to be back, by the way. I can't wait.
I love you,
absolutely. We'll do this once a week. Today, sort of probably going to be the most hectic day of the year. Usually I'll just be in my office being a loser on Friday mornings, but we are fully this is Fry Fest. I could turn the computer around.
See it.
We've got, this is my brothers are in charge right now of setting everything up. You can see the exhibits out here.
Wow.
It's going to be funny. I was listening yesterday to the show and I heard you guys joking, from a field in Iowa City where no one is here yet, we are live from Fry Fest. That is essentially what it is right now. It's just an empty trade hall. But I went to the bachelor party. We went to this little bar. Watertown, Minnesota.
Yep.
Wow.
Town of 1,400 or something. We go to the local bar. There's 12 of us in there. And they're like, all right, we're doing pull tabs. And I'm like, what are those? And we proceeded to have the most fun for the next 90 minutes with pull tabs. Right. It was unbelievable.
It's funny because I grew up in Western Iowa, and I think every parish picnic during the summer would get the special license to do the pull tabs.
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually, I believe, manufactured in Council Bluffs. I think Council Bluffs is where they manufacture the pull tabs, or they're distributed.
Not to,
but yeah, I mean, so you'd go to the parish picnics, be like, oh, 3 cherries. Here we go.
Yeah.
I was at a bar last week, and it was happy hour, and they brought the pull tabs out, and you got to put, and it either said full price, half price, free. So they get the pull tabs going at happy hour, which is fun. Real question before we dive into the game: do you got to pay for the booth at Fry Fest?
Yeah, big money. We're loaded rich. The walk-ons are absolutely swimming in money. So yeah, we paid our fee for our little 10x10 booth here. First year we're going into year 8 of the podcast, which is crazy to say. And
we were pretty close then, Tyler, because we were trying to remember before you came on. We were like, man, how many years have they been doing the walk-ons?
I'm old, man.
Buddy,
gray in the beard, bald head. It's I'm just trying to look like Travis, really.
Good luck. Good luck.
But yeah, man, it's year 8 of the podcast, and man, you guys probably brought me on back on the radio show. I mean, probably right when I started it in 2018. I went on a few shows to kind of promo it. And then I had a spot with you guys 2022 or something. We did a weekly spot, and then you guys I must have did something to you guys because I just didn't hear back from you, and it's just, you know
what changes the dynamic though. I don't know if you feel it too, because back then first of all, when we were doing that, we got like, basically 12 minutes to do an interview, and the video changes it, right? When you have that human interaction, and it's not like we're together, but when you see people's facial reactions, you kind of see the intent of the question. Changes the whole dynamic of an interview.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's we've done our whole podcast like this. Like we've never it's the one thing I wish I could change, but guys go different ways after college. My main co-host Kevin still lives probably actually like a mile from where I'm at right now in Coralville. But Drake, who was on the show for a long time and still pops in every once in a while, he moved out to Arizona. We brought in a kid from Iowa who was a student as of this time last year, but then graduated and is just basically our third host now. He now got a big boy job down in Texas. So we've been remote for 8 years. And so, when Zoom and video calls took off during COVID, that really helped us. The software got better, connection got better. People got more familiar with doing calls like this because everybody was on Zoom calls. And so that helped with our guests and stuff like that. Yeah, man, crazy. Year 8. I'm 30. I'll be 31 in, 20 days or so. I've got 2 kids. I'm just, I don't know if the intro was certainly a lie. Travis was trying to hype it up. I'm not the most famous walk-on there is. There's a guy named Dallas Clark still out there.
Yeah.
Heard of him.
Yeah.
Heard of him. He's got, gonna end up in a ring of honor.
And he can talk better than me. For those listening who are reintroduced to Tyler Kluver, you can tell I'm a chatty guy. I'm pretty amped right now because we're about to do Fry Fest for 10 hours. But Dallas Clark, we had him on earlier this year or last year, and that man can go for it.
Yeah. He's fun. I want to. So I was thinking about you yesterday. I saw this thing about how when Nebraska very first started the tunnel walk back in like '94. The first time they did it, it was.
Hey, I was there. I was there for the Nebraska was the first to have the big screen TVs.
Yep.
Husker Vision, and that was the '94 season, and that's when they started with the Alan Parsons Project and the tunnel walk. I was there at that very first game.
This is why it made me think of you, Tyler. I've always loved the way that you have been able to put all of us there with you, talking about being in that tunnel. Today, that's going to happen. There's going to be a percentage of that roster that for the very first time is going to stand there and have that moment. And I watched that Nebraska thing happen, and it was organic. Those guys didn't know that emotion was going to overcome them. And you saw as they came onto the field, I mean, the adrenaline absolutely overtake these young men. And it made me think of you in that moment of being in that tunnel and that adrenaline rush that you talked about. And I just thought for a minute today or last night when I saw that, like, man, there's a group of kids that are going to experience that for the first time tomorrow. And that's awesome.
Goes along perfectly with the name of the show, The Rush. That you want to talk about The Rush. I get goosebumps thinking about it right now. I could probably get emotional right now if I really wanted to. I probably cried 3 or 4 times during a swarm walk. Like, not like sobbing, but like your eyes get wet. And for a kid that grew up in Iowa, it's and the Iowa thing is, it's everything, right? Like, you want to be a Hawkeye. There's no pro sports. It is special. It's unbelievable to even trying to describe the electricity that is flowing through what seems like the walls, the air when you make that walk. like I said, for maybe some of the out-of-state kids who decided on Iowa late, it came into the picture as a recruiting thing. But for me, for a lot of Iowa guys on that roster, you see the videos, man. You see the hype video that was released yesterday, the intro video, the history behind it. You see the guys make the walk before you. I remember a video. I played with a buddy in AAU basketball. His name was Clint Buffelli. His older brother was Connor Buffelli, who was a lineman back in the early 2010s, 2010, 11 era. And there was a hype video from 2010 with his name. You could see him in the tunnel, Buffelli walking down the tunnel. And I was in 9th grade at the time. And I was like, oh my God, I know him. And he's part of that. And then my first walk, I'm getting goosebumps right now. My first walk, my brain starts flashing back to in 8th, 9th grade when I saw that video. And now I'm making the walk. And maybe some kid in Marshalltown or Decorah or Keokuk, somewhere in Iowa is like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. They're superheroes. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And then you find yourself in that position. Man, it's great. Do you
ever take it for granted? Did you ever take it for granted?
You just gave me goosebumps.
You surface the, when they turn the corner and you surface it, you start to see the light, the sound gets louder, and it is quite literally like you're in outer space. You're in some other foreign world. And when you're young, it's a different experience than when you're older, because when you're young, you're essentially like, you're consuming that experience just from inside the walls. When you're older, you're like, okay, I've done this 26 times now. You're a little bit numb to it, not ever fully numb, but you have a mission. You're a starter. You have to worry about, okay, we're going out there. I've got this in the playbook, yada yada. When you're young, man, you're just a consumer, and it is like, it's unbelievable.
I'm glad I asked you about that.
So
that's cool.
And I'm sure that's way for like anybody who walks out of a tunnel of their favorite team, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what tunnel walker. For you, it's Iowa, but if you're at Texas, if you're at A&M, I mean, it's that way for every college football player.
For sure.
When you look at a game like this one in Albany, I mean, to me, I'm more excited about just kicking off the season. I'm not excited about Albany in any way. As a former player, you went through this stuff. When you got Iowa State coming up next, is it hard? Maybe Albany's good because it is the first game of the season, and you want to go out and perform. But knowing that next week is something really, really big, is it kind of a downer? Is it kind of? I mean, downer is the wrong word.
No, it's I kind of like how it's set up actually, and this could be variable to person, but I think majority this is how it will play. These guys are so amped. You could feel the excitement watching the Nebraska-Cincinnati game last night, all the games. It's like the guys have spent 8-9 months in the offseason for this moment. And so they don't care who it is. I will say the Great Danes are in trouble. They are in for it tomorrow. I mean, this game is going to be horrible. But it will be exciting for fans and Iowa City and the guys because they get to hit somebody in a different colored jersey. They get to make that tunnel walk, which is still exciting for the first time of the year. It's going to be beautiful weather. And I think that's good. You need to, there's enough excitement around football being back that I don't think they're looking ahead to Iowa State just yet. They know it's coming. Like it's coming. Next week's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. Iowa State's going to be ranked, assuming they take care of South Dakota. They're going to be ranked top 20. All the pressure. It's in Ames. The away team has won like every game in this series for like the last decade.
That's
it seems
crazy.
It's not every game, but close. And it's going to be electric. And but the electricity of the season starting, I don't think they're looking too far ahead. It's not a letdown game. This is a proving game. This is hey, let's go be smooth. Let's go find a rhythm, find a groove. Let's go do what we should to a team that is lesser than them. Respect that they're coming in and they're stepping up to play this game as their opponent. But hey, we know our talent and what's on our roster versus theirs. And let's tune this up because week 2 it's coming and they'll hopefully be ready.
We learned last night that Reese is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, I think is what I saw. How big of a loss is that? He was listed as number 2 on the depth chart. What does that?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of really fun highlights from him coming out of at a camp. And I think he was one of those guys you looked at this offseason as like, wow, flashed a little bit early last season in that non-conference where he could compete physically coming out of high school. Big Ten was a different story. He basically fell off the face of the earth because that's a different ballgame. And you get a kid like that with a 6'4" frame. My God. Ross, how cool would it be to be 6'4"?
I'd love it, dude.
I don't know how Travis is. How tall are you, Travis?
Well,
He's
my
6
driver's
foot.
license is 6 foot, but I'm 5'11" and 3/4.
So
and
both,
I'm shrinking.
so you guys both
All of
understand
us.
how cool would it be to be 6'4"? That frame, the amount of muscle.
The
and
things
mass.
I would have done with my life if I'd have been 6'4", I'd probably be president.
If I was 6'4" and I had hair, people have no idea.
It'd be over for all of them.
And then you get a full year in the strength conditioning program at Iowa with unlimited food, unlimited resources. That's a guy who you could get really excited about. And I think they were. How unfortunate that he suffers what they called on Twitter a freak foot accident. I mean, what are we doing? Come on, that's so unfortunate.
But I mean, look at the Wisconsin quarterback last night. I mean, he's finishing out a play, a fake. His leg just gets it's like, wow, how did that happen?
It's a collision sport, man, and you know, injuries are not isolated to Iowa City. I can tell you that. We just feel them more because that's who we follow. But yeah, he was going to be a factor. I mean, he was going to be a top 4 receiver, and probably had his own lane as much of a specific threat that we really haven't had in a while since probably like Brandon Smith, but even before that, probably Tavon Smith back in my time. A guy who can just win 50-50 balls, a fade guy. Like you're in the end zone, you're near the end zone, you just throw it up and say, hey, buddy, go get it, because you're just taller, better, bigger, stronger. His replacement, really excited about him. He's 5'7". Yeah. You're not throwing fade balls to Phillips. So I think we've got other guys. Jacob Gill was really solid last year. There's some young guys I think they're excited about. It hurts though. I mean, we don't benefit from him being hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, we're getting a question from a listener.
Okay.
Would you rather be 6'4" or have hair? You can only pick
That's
one.
easy.
Would you rather? Would you rather?
That's an easy one. 6'4".
6'4". 6'4". Yeah, I actually enjoy being bald, and that's, it's probably the confirmation bias. When I went bald, I was like, oh, this isn't bad at all. Yeah, you're saying that from the stance of a bald guy, aren't you?
Listen,
like
I'll tell you, Tyler, when I was on television, I wore a wig for almost 10 years, right?
You wore a wig?
Oh yeah, I had a good toupee. I had a really good toupee. Yeah.
Well,
but, I lost my hair kind of the same age as you. I'm quite a bit older than you, but it is.
You look my age, honestly.
Well, because I lost 75 pounds. It's amazing when you lose weight, what happens to you.
Yes, does matter.
I find being bald, though, more maintenance than when I had a wig, because the truth is you still got to shave, right? I mean, you got to shave. And I'm like, God, when I had a wig, I just washed my hair and styled it and just got it changed every 4 weeks.
Yeah, I do understand that. It's like you got the skull shaver. Makes it real easy. You don't have to do the razor. I like the skull shaver thing, but yeah, it's 6'4". It would be great. But then once you're like out of your athletic prime, now you're just you're just a big guy, right?
Right. And you got bad knees, bad ankles.
Yeah, and shorter people live longer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because over 50, 60, 70 plus years, the thousands of miles of blood vessels in your body. I'm the health guy too, right? So I know.
Okay, here comes the anatomy and kinesiology lesson from Tyler Kluver.
I'm not going to go too deep, but 70 years worth of blood flowing through your body just has to work harder. Your heart has to pump harder to get to get blood to to the end of a 6'7" body than it would a 5'7" body, right? So it's small difference, but yeah, shorter people live longer on average, and so I'll take that. And I think I look good bald, and we're living life. We're doing good.
I like that hat, by the way.
It's a good hat, isn't it?
It is.
Rip that design, rip that kind of style right from the Pat McAfee show. We're like, I like his logo. Let's just make it in the Washed Up Walkons format.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh, it's not close enough for any copyright infringement trademark. We've done enough of that around here. In fact, I've been in some disputes with the old University of Iowa. They might come for me today. I don't know.
Are they the Hawks by Million flags?
Oh, there's been a saga. I was cease and desisted.
What? No.
Oh yeah. We've been in, and we won. We came back at him. I was on the phone with the associate AD. Oh, you guys have no idea,
dude.
Yeah. We've been in some, we ride the line on everything we do. So
good for you.
So we've been in some conversations and with multiple people in all different forms of authority.
Let me ask, in your 8 years, or maybe the years that you've been doing that, has that changed? Has the way that the university reacts to things like that, or treats you, or treats people like you, is it gotten better in any way or changed at all?
The licensing department is they're pretty clamped down. Like, hey, we're gonna do what we do. The one conversation that I'm referencing was cordial enough between parties, and I finagled it enough, because I'm coming from the standpoint of this, right? I played for the school. I am pro Iowa as it gets. I want to shed a good light, positive light, entertainment around the program. That is our mission. We've donated. This doesn't make me a good guy or not, but our intentions, we've donated over $50,000 from the Washed Up Walkons to the UI Children's Hospital.
Oh, that's amazing, Tyler.
So
that's really cool.
So our we do a Patreon page where we do extra content, and our merchandise, percentage of those sales go to UI Children's Hospital every year. So we're for the university, man. We are not trying to compete here. And so I came into the conversation like, guys, I'm a former player I'm trying to promote the program, Hawks by a million, get people going, bring excitement. And you're telling me we can't use this phrase? And it was a thing where I applied for a trademark on it because people were starting to use it. I mean, there's a couple people around here that might be using Hawks by a million on their t-shirts, to be honest. I saw it last year. And
Hawkeye Heaven takes everything. It's probably him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they've ever stolen anything from us. They wouldn't hesitate to do so, though. And we got through the U.S. trademark office. It then went to the University of Iowa, got flagged because they have such control over that kind of thing that then that's when I was reached out, cease and desisted. They're like, you can't trademark that. We own it. You created it. We own it. And so they basically gave us a handshake agreement. You guys can use it. And if people are using it other than you, let us know. And we'll let them know that you guys are the ones who kind of own that, but we own that. So everything we do still gets run through the trademark and all that stuff. It's fun.
People want to know if there's going to be any. Brett wants to know if there's any flags for sale at Fry Fest.
There absolutely is. One of these boxes we're about to unload here when I get off the show. There are some Hawks by a million double-sided flags, super high quality. Fly them at your tailgate, at your house, on your boat dock, wherever you fly. I've seen some in the Lake of the Ozarks, up at bars, man, everywhere.
We had one flying up in Canada for you. We had, and I saw a license plate the other day that was HWKZ B1M.
Yeah, and there's multiple out there. I've seen just the Hawkeye branded one that just says buy a milli, buy 1 mil.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's crazy where things have gone. It's crazy.
All right, buddy. So we're going to do this every Friday at 7:30, right? That's
yes,
the plan.
Awesome.
You want to join us tomorrow in hour number 2 of the Black and Gold Rush? That's the bad thing. The Iowa State game is going to be a busy show. We know that. It's usually blowouts and bad games. We're like, we're going to be able to fill 2 hours. We can fill 2 hours. I'm not that worried about it. But are you going to be in Iowa City, or are you going to come home today?
It's going to be one long day today. My brothers and I to do this. We got up at 4:30, drove over here. We'll finish up at 8 tonight, tear down, and then drive home. So a 4:30 to it's like a 4:30 to 10:30 day. So tomorrow we'll be chilling, back seeing the kids, hanging out until game time, and then I'll be rested and recovered by the time the Black and Gold Rush is live. I'm excited about it. I would love to join. Hopefully I can make that sort of a weekly thing too. If you guys would have me, I'd love to jump on.
Absolutely.
And participate. Those are always fun. And I'm excited, man. It's going to be fun. It'll be a good time.
I have not had a chance to thank you personally for getting my ass in gear, man. You sent out a tweet a couple years ago about just doing push-ups and squats and getting active and busy. And I've talked to a couple of people, Tyler. Chris Shipley is another one who those words and those little things like that actually got me moving again and got me going. And dude, I'm I've had probably the healthiest year of my life here. I look good,
go.
I feel good, and it's simple, easy stuff that I do. So
I'll send you a thanks.
Thank
I'll send you a thanks right back because I'm part of the Ross debaters this year. So
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw you were signed up. So let's do this because, we're not all about sports. We're about entertainment. So every Friday, come up with like a Kluver workout tip for everybody. Just something simple they can do.
Yeah, easy. Easy.
Yeah.
Here's one. Get off the couch. Just do it, right? Just get to the gym. You don't even have to commit to a workout. Just tell yourself you're going to get to the gym and start warming up. Biggest tip there is.
There it is.
Just do
that's your workout tip number one. Get your ass off the couch.
You're going to get off the couch. You're going to go to the gym. 20 minutes. You're just going to move, stretch, foam roll. By the time you get to halfway through that warm up, you're going to be like, you know what? I'll hop on the treadmill for 10 minutes. And then after that, you're going to be like, ooh, the blood's flowing. Maybe I'll do I'll lay down on the bench press. It's you got to convince yourself in small ways, and then eventually it'll click.
Yeah, but then you scare the shit out of everybody when you post your Twitter videos and you're like doing these massive workouts.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm on the extreme side of fitness, and that's my personal hobby stuff.
Yeah.
That's not health. That's sport almost in a way. But we will do some fitness tips this year for sure.
Excellent. All right,
Thanks,
Tyler,
buddy.
have a good day at Fry Fest,
Thank you.
buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Black and Gold Rush, bud.
Hell yeah, I'm ready. Let's do
All
it.
right, sounds good.
See you, boys.
Tyler Kluver joining us from Fry Fest.
I like him. I like that dude a
Fun.
lot.
I'm telling you, phone interviews are boring. These make it so much
It
more
makes
fun.
it a lot. It helps a lot. No doubt about that. No, that was fun. I did not, man. Have you ever been over to Fry Fest?
I haven't. Maybe we'll get a booth next year.
Maybe we should do that. Seriously.
We'll have Owen take the day off. We'll bring a multi-camera shoot. We'll record a bunch of interviews. That could be fun. Could be fun.
But dude, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. I need a nap. I need a nap.
You're old.
I
You're
am.
old.
I am. Just 20 minutes. 25. Give me 2.5 to fall asleep, 2.5 to wake up.
Your room never got any lighter. The sun came out and the room still did not get any lighter.
I've got the freaking thing open and look at that. That's why. I mean, I've done everything. There's my light. There's another light. I've done everything I can do. I'm sorry.
All right, folks, we are live tomorrow after the Iowa game with the Black and Gold Rush live from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Please join us. Please tell friends about us. Let us know where they can find us, which is the TuneIn app, the Rush Radio Android app. We're going to be on this channel. And also, and get ready just to talk about college football. It's going to be a lot of fun with the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your college football. And we'll see you later on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
It's Body Armor. Real hydration with electrolytes. No artificial dyes and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA loans along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. It's August, and while most of Iowa has shifted their attention to corn dogs and butter cows, us here at Mini of Des Moines are still focused on making sure your Mini is running properly and well-maintained. Please give us a call or schedule your appointment online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.